Hey guys, while trying to figure out what I was going to make my video on, my dryer crapped out on me, so today we're down here in my basement and we're going to learn how to change the belt on a drum of a dryer. It's a pretty simple job that only requires a couple hand tools, screwdriver and a nut driver, and it's pretty simple that anybody can do. So here we go. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is unplug it. These run on 220 volts, so you don't want to get electrocuted from that because that'll definitely make you swear a lot and it'll hurt like a bugger. The next thing we got to do to open the top of this is we got to pull the lint trap. This one is a top lint trap, and there's two kinds, a top and a bottom, a front, and that determines what kind of belt you need. The next step is to remove these two screws. Easy enough with a screwdriver. You want to be careful not to drop these screws down inside there, or you'll be fishing, and that'll be an extra job trying to get those out, which you probably just end up leaving them in there and replacing them. After you have these, after the screws are out, you can pry up on the front corners of the dryer and flip the whole top up. It's got some hinges there, so it'll just stand up on its own and we don't have to do no electrical work with these wires. Then you can see inside. Here's the belt. You can see it's all broken. No good. Now we have to remove the front panel. To get the front panel off, we're going to have to disconnect the door switch for the dryer. I pried it with a screwdriver to get it loose. And then there's just two bolts, one on each corner, and these will help you take the top right off, the front off. Alright, I have the bolts out. Now to get this front panel off, we just have to lift up to release the bottom clips and slide it out. Now the drum is going to want to drop a little bit, but don't worry, it'll hang in there. Now we can get the front out of the way, and we can see inside the dryer. Here's the wear marks from where the belt is, so it's easy to see where the new belt has to go. Once the front's off the dryer, you might want to use something to prop the drum up a little bit to give you access to the motor. There's the drive motor. I just used a can of OxiClean to hold it up so I can get my arms in there and work, which is great for getting out grease, by the way. So now we can see the motor. Here's the tensioner. Some of these have wheels on them. Mine just has a guide where the belt slides through. This keeps the tension on it so it can spin the drum. So you can see it's pretty dirty down there. You might want to clean it before you put on your new belt. You might even find those lost socks down here. I found lots of dust bunnies and a little bit of loose change. Not enough to pay for the belt, but every bit helps, right? So now you want to put the new belt over the drum and line it up right where the old one was. And we'll make sure, that'll make sure it spins straight and true. Okay, now we got the belt around the drum. We want to put the tensioner back in. This just clips in there nice and easy. We're going to take the belt, bring it around the bottom of the tensioner, like so. This took me a few times to kind of figure it out. It's actually hard to do with one hand, but and then feed it onto the motor like so. There's what it looks like when it's all connected. You can see the belt coming around the drum, through the tensioner, onto the drive motor, and that's it. Now we want to check the belt, make sure it's not twisted anywhere on the drum. Okay, now we got the belt on, it's all lined up. And that's it. We're ready to start putting her back together. So now we can put the front panel back on. It just clips in the bottom. There's two little clips on each side that hold the front. And then just lift the drum up a little bit. And the front hinge holds it. The front door and the motor actually hold the drum in place, so there's not much holding it. And then we can put the screws back on. I use a nut driver for this because there's not a lot of room. It makes it a little harder if you're using a ratchet or a wrench and you can't turn it all the way. Next we can put the door switch connector back together. That's all hooked back up. We tuck it back in nice and neat. Now we got the front on. We want to give the dryer drum just a spin by hand, just to make sure this back seal here is on properly. Sometimes it pinches and comes off, so you might need a screwdriver to put it back on place. Spin it a couple times. Looks like it's got a good seal. Now we can close the lid. Snap it back in the corners. We've got to put these two screws back in. Once again, you want to be careful not to drop these down the chute, or they'll be lost forever. Tighten them up. Then we gotta put the lint trap back in. And we're ready for a test run. We plug her back in. Give it some time here. Let's see what happens. Voila, she's turning. So that's it. Simple job. Might even score you lots of points. And the dryer's working again. And that's about it. So thanks for watching my video. And remember what Greg Green says. If they don't find you handsome, at least they'll find you handy. Good luck on yours.